Alrighty, let me turn down my music so I don't have to yell. Cool. Alright, hello. Welcome to hip hop class with me, your favorite teacher of all time. Just kidding. Okay, so I want you to know that I am not a pro at hip hop, but I consider myself a pro at freestyle. So just fair warning that these things I'm teaching you are based off of my experience, etc. It's just so you know, disclaimer. So let me turn this off all the way. Let's start with our footwork. As always, you know, if you've been to my class before, who's been to my hip-hop class and Cab's hip-hop class and other people's hip-hop classes, we have some basic footwork that are, I would say, your easiest basis of movement. So you have, you know, your typical side step. This is a side step, okay? I'm not going to go too much into footwork today. I kind of want to go up into the upper body more so. But you've got your side step, which can be used, you know, pretty much to anything. If you don't know how to dance, this is your go-to, yeah? Remember, you want to think about your DDR mat, you know, the arrows on the floor. So this is your side step. You also have, you know, forward steps. You can go forward. Same kind of idea. It's like pretty simple footwork. Forward, forward. You can go back, back, back. So you have all these places you can put your feet. And depending on the music and the musicality and the count, it just depends where you're putting your feet, you know. Not only that, you also got kind of like slides going on. Slide to the left, slide to the right. Not necessarily leading with my head, but you know, that comes later. Upper body comes later, so we're just having like these slides, slide. A little bit different than your two-step. Yeah, pretty easy. You can also cross your feet. Cross, cross. I like to do this a lot. This corner. Actually, hey yo. Grids. Look at this. Grids. Perfect. You see your grid? We can use them now. So, for example, you're in your box. You got the front left corner and the front right corner. So you can put your foot in those boxes. You can also do that if you're standing center, crisscross behind your other leg. Yeah? So I'm just teaching you some simple footwork you can do. Okay? Other leg, boom, boom. So there's many places you can put your feet. You can cross back, cross forward, cross back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some music on, and I want you to follow along with me for just this really simple footwork, and try to go with the beat. I know there's latency, so just kind of match it with me. Ready? Don't worry so much about upper body, just kind of feel the bass first. See, pretty easy. You're already doing it. You're already doing the hip hop. Now, what you want to add on to that footwork is attitude. We need attitude in hip hop. I've noticed is a common thing. You know, have you noticed? Have you noticed there's some vibe going on where it's like, I'm the coolest kid on the block. I'm going to beat you in the battles, you know? I never considered myself a cool kid, so you know what I mean? So VR and these avatars and the music and everything instantly makes you so super cool. So, 1, dance with confidence. I don't care what you think about yourself. We are pretending we are confident when we dance. So I don't want to see just like, I'm kind of scared. I don't really know what I'm doing. I look like a dork. You know, that's how I used to be. But no, if you just add a little like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, party, woo, you know, some attitude. You need some of that to make it look like you know what you're doing. Same thing like in belly dancing. I always mention like when you're doing hip stuff, you want to always have a nice frame with your arms. You're never like covering up, hiding your moves, because I know some of us are shy. So that comes with that attitude, that confidence. You also need to know musicality, which it's hard for me to teach, but you just have to listen to music. You have to know when a beat is dropping, when there's like a snare or a clap or a whatever. So for example, for musicality, if you hear this song, right now there's not really any bass. It's kind of like a guitar, yeah? But you hear that? Boom. You might hear it differently than how I'm saying it. So you just keep that in mind when you're doing hip hop or any kind of freestyle, any kind of dance. You gotta at least understand music somewhat. So, you know, we use those basses to kind of go down, up, down, up. So keep that in mind, yeah, whenever you're doing that. So there, I gave you some footwork, some really easy footwork to just practice, you know. If you're practicing on your own, use this box. Imagine these arrows. Put your feet wherever you want. You can do foot slides as well. So like say we're at the top of our box here in this cross. And you can like slide your feet around, you know, slide your feet. You can do so much things. There's hundreds and hundreds of moves you can do with your body. I'm only going to go over a few. So yeah, just keep musicality, keep your confidence up, and then you'll look like you're dancing. All right. So then you have your upper body. What are we going to do with our arms in hip hop? Again, freestyle, you could do anything you want, but I can show you a couple things. So there's very simple things like crossing your arms and opening them. If you have a base, I'd like to call this your base. Pretend we're building Legos, okay? This is our base in our Legos. Here's your other Lego. Cross, open, cross, open. Cross, open. Yeah, see, like we add some attitude in there. Boom. Get some chest popping in there. We already look like we're ready to battle. Again, we're not going, hee hee. No spaghetti arms. We want like, I'm strong battler. Ooh, yeah. Okay. You get the idea. When I do hip-hop, I pretend I know I do hip-hop. Wait, no, hold on. When I do hip-hop, I pretend like I know how to do hip-hop, and somehow it works. So yeah, crossing. You can do a lot of crossing, a lot of opening. Crossing can happen down here. Cross your arms down here. Cross your arms up here. You can move your arms in this way. You can cross your hands, I don't know. But you could do cross. A lot of opening. You know, cross open, a lot of open arms, fists. Fists are common, you know, however you want to move your arms. Same thing if we take the cross open idea, you know. Also, I forgot to mention with our bass, you can also add a little bit of bounce. I think Cute Anime Boy talked about that when you do some bouncing. So add some bounce into your footwork, so it's not just, it's boom. Boom, yeah? All right, so aside from that, I like to call these the Macarena hands. You guys all know Macarena, you know? Yeah, okay. You can touch yourself, while you're dancing with your Macarena hands. I could just have my basic step here, and I could be like tap, 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 tap. Anywhere you want to tap. It just adds a little bit more of like a thing. So keep that in mind. You can touch your own body for a dance move. Yeah, like the Macarena. You could tap out here, tap out here, tap over here, tap over here. So use this box. You can just tap wherever you want. Okay? Now, a fun thing about if you touch your own self, especially with like animation or whatever, say I tap my shoulder. I like to do this a lot when I dance. Tap your shoulder. You can grab your hand and put it somewhere else. It's simple. Grab and place. Grab your hand, put it somewhere else. Grab it, put it somewhere else. Now when you put it somewhere else, make sure you leave it there. So for example, say we're doing just a simple two-step. I didn't grab my hand. We grab my hand, put it on my shoulder. Oh, keep it there. Oh, keep it there. Oh, keep it there. It kind of just looks like an animation dance style, I guess. I'm not sure what that would be. So yeah, just grab and place. Put your hands wherever you want them. So just try it on your own, just like, You can put this hand on your hip. Oh, leave it there for a couple beats. Do something else with the other hand. Keep it there. Go grab your hip now. Woo, Just kind of experiment with grabbing and placing and leaving. Because a lot of times when we're dancing, everything's symmetrical. This is doing the same thing on both hands. But what we should practice is also doing things asymmetrically. So if we have ourselves cut in a line, have one arm here, one arm here. Do different things on each side, even though they're the same. You can put them here and move it there. So, yeah. Let's use that as our next little dance exercise. So I want you to do something basic, like this, or like this. I don't care, or just bounce. I don't care about your footwork. What I want you to do is grab and place. So just put your hand somewhere, move it somewhere else. Put your hand somewhere, move it somewhere else, all right? Just for good practice. Ready? Here we go. And you could follow me if you're really lost. If you have index, you could literally pick up your controller and move it. Make sure you switch hands too, that you have a grabby hand and a moving hand. Okay, I think everyone kind of played with that. Yeah, does that make sense? So you just kind of want to think of, think of you are like a blank canvas and you are creating artwork. It doesn't matter where you put what, you're abstract, When you have this box, just remember all your directions that your hands can go. You can go here. On this plane, you can go up and you can go down, which brings me to level changes, which we've talked about before. Everything we've been doing has just been up here, but you can also go down and up on your tippy toes if you want. So you have 3 different levels, 2 and 3, 1, 2, and 3, high, medium, and low. So if we're doing like this, go a little bit lower, low, low. And see my hands, this is just an example. You can punch down, You could grab your shoulder, take it away, just kind of change your levels. The good dancers are the ones who have variety in their dancing. Sure, there's a guy at the club like this, but the one you're really looking at is the one that's going like, oh yeah, oh, just having fun with it. So use as much space as you can around your body. Okay. Don't forget, your hands can rotate. You can rotate your hands in circles. Yeah, you can rotate your wrists. I know this is kind of belly dancey, but I think it adds a cool style when you can rotate your wrists. So they don't always have to be flat or in fists or whatever. They can actually be rotating. If you want to have like a cool guitar moment, like at the beginning of this song, you could just use your wrists to play that part of the song. Just use that space. Just use all the space you have around you. Okay? Does that make sense? So don't forget, you can rotate your wrists. You can also do waves. Wave your wrists. I'm kind of only just giving you, techniques you can use rather than like giving you specific move right now, just because I want to show you all the things you can do with your body. Yeah? Okay, so we got rotations. We've got wavy hands. So now on the next dance, I want you to just follow me with my arm work, and I'll just try to keep the footwork basic, okay? Did you like I waved at you? That's a good fun hip hop move. I forgot who taught me that. It's either, I think it was Drifter. If you like put your hand on your knee and you stick your arm through, you're making holes and you just stick your arm through. It's a really simple concept. Just put some holes places and stick your arm. You could even do this one that I was doing with your fingers connected. Stick your leg through and then take it out. little bonus move there. If you can do it with your long-legged avatars, good luck. Thank you, Jamie. All right. Any questions? Anything I need to say further for that? Okay. Don't forget about your feet and your ankles. They can dance too. So we have our head, our chest, our hips, our arms, and our feet. So don't forget your feet. They're always, doing something. But you can also use them to dance. You can do little ankle rotations. Like say you're doing a dance up here. You bring attention to the knee. Woo! I like to call this like a marionette move, where you pretend you have strings attached to your legs. So my favorite, and I use it quite often, is I simply pick up my knee with my marionette string, pick it up, move it to the side, put it down. Looks kind of anime, so you can try doing that. Yeah. But with that also comes the foot. So you can do circle, circle, and use your wrist to circle with your foot. So you can go up, side, circle, circle, down. Up, side, circle, circle, down. Anything you want to play with. You can use your hand to direct your foot. Like so. This is a good one too. Figure eights. Figure eight. Figure eight. Kind of pretend your foot is attached to your hand is the best way I could describe it. Or you're attached by strings. You can lift your knee and wobble it this way. You can lift your knee and throw it and spin around. Use the momentum of your throw. Up, side, side. Wheat. Yeah. You just play with it. So just don't forget about your feet. You can literally just dance and bring attention to a foot. Yeah, just like this. You can do little circles. You do figure eights. You could go into, we could have a whole class on footwork, like shuffling and whatnot. But my favorite footwork in hip hop is obviously this one. But my other favorite one is just doing V-steps to kind of help you glide from side to side. So if you don't know a V-step, you just have your feet open, closed, open, closed. And you can use it while you're doing upper body stuff to kind of look like you're gliding, yeah? So see, I'm just doing whatever. And you can also make your feet go left, right, together like this. They're very simple, but they can add a lot to your base, yeah? So we have, for example, let's see, I'm trying to think. Do head, shoulder, knees, and toes while you're doing the V-step. Head, shoulder, knees, and toes, knees, and toes. Something as simple as that. Looks cool already, right? So you can just use it to glide, and you go head, shoulder, knees, and... Oh my god, I didn't go down. Hold on. Head, shoulder, knees, and toes, knees, and toes. Shoulder, head, hip, chest. You can do whatever you want. But I recommend the V-step for something to work down here. Something needs to happen in the footwork. All right. Drink some water before I forget. And then I'll move on a little bit. You guys doing okay? Am I doing an okay job? Yeah? Thumbs up. Okay. I'm always nervous to teach hip-hop class because I feel like I'm a beginner. Okay. Thank you. I need reassurance. Not a beginner in freestyle. No, I'm not a beginner in freestyle. Then I just have to call it a dusty dance class. Quiet, it always freaks me out. Yeah, I know. Yeah, if you're teaching in real life, people make noises and stuff. And sometimes it's intimidating in VR because it's I don't know what they're doing or sounding like, or... I mean, I want it muted, though. I want it muted so I don't hear breathing over my mic. Yes. Okay, everyone got their sippy sip of water or whatever you are drinking. Hopefully not tequila right now, but that would be fun. Okay. Let's do some arm work patterns because I know some of you just want to learn some moves. So punching. Punching is fun. Punching is like epic and looks like you're tough. Yeah. So we could have a simple punch off, I guess, where you just go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Bam, dance move right there. Yeah. And then you could add some little footwork, or you could just bounce 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Just depends on the music. Easy peasy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can go back. Boom, boom, boom. Punching is fun. Punching, you can crisscross punching. Can punch in the air. You can punch at the same time. Up, middle, side, up, middle, side. I'm just giving you some varieties of things that you want to do. I can see the freestyle building up in you because everyone is starting to like go on their own and just start doing things. Okay, that's good. So we got punch, 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 punch. Make sense? My other favorite punching thing is I like to get low and you go punch, 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 punch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you're kind of rotating your upper body around your hips. And then you can alternate it. Yeah? Level change with some punching. Punch, 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 punch looks different from punch, 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 punch. Just change your levels. Get a pie if you want. Punch wherever you want. Use your space. Pretend you're in a snow globe and you're going to try and crack yourself out. That's a concept for you. Okay, so we've got that one. Elbow your neighbor. This is my favorite. Elbow your neighbor. Elbow, 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 elbow. This is now karate class. Yeah, you could do things like that. Elbow, 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 elbow. Keeping a nice straight angle. I have elbow trackers, so I'm cheating. But, you know, it looks cool. It looks for a good move. Elbow your neighbor. You could have straight elbows like this. Simple dips. Woo. Hold, what do you call this? Hold your overalls. I don't know. Hold your overalls, everybody. So just thinking about having your elbows angled is good. So let's just combine some of those. So we've got punch, 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 punch again. 2, 3, and now we have punch, 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 punch. Yeah, good. Elbow your neighbor. Elbow, 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 elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down, push. Up, down, push. Does that make sense? I'm just going up, down, push. Up, down, push. Up, down, push. 90-degree angle. See the 90 degrees in my elbows? Obviously your avatar might not, but in real life, make sure you're doing 90 degrees. Stiff arm. Okay, so we got up, down, and push. Up, down, push. Up, down, push. Up, down, push. You can work with these 90, I like to call them 90-degree angles. I'm sure there's a word for this. You can go from up, down, up, down. Up, down. See how you have this one and this one? You can go up, down. Up, down, 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 up, down. Woo, yeah, easy. I'm just throwing some arm choreo at you. All right. I like to call this the glamorous snap. I don't know, it's very flamboyant. Look, woo, yeah. So it's like snap, snap, snap. So even my arm just going like this with a little bit of hip, oomph, oomph. Yeah, we're glamorous. We're snapping. That's how I feel. I'm like, what's his name? What's that guy? Your favorite man?
Marshall.
Fitness Marshall. Yeah, like, woo, glamorous Fitness Marshall. Other side. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, okay. See, even that. That could be a move.
We might have to play some of him.
Okay, another one I want to call for wrist. I want to call it wrist leads. You lead with your wrist. Does that make sense? So you're going like, see how I'm leading with my wrist? Forward, forward, side, side. It's coming up with my wrist. So with that in mind, you can go like left, right, left, side, front, left, right, side, front. Look at you all hip-hopping already. Wah! So yeah, keep an eye out for wrist leading. I like to go in the corners. For example, our box is now left corner, right corner. Okay? So you can go left corner, right hand and left corner. You just switch sides. Whoop. Yeah? So you can mix it up a bit so you're not always, your right arm does not always have to be on the right side of your body. I think some beginners don't realize that, you can go over here. Go across the line. Doesn't have to be symmetrical. Crumble and throw. Like it's a stupid concept, but you could like crumble something, throw it. Crumble something, throw it. Did they break your heart? Pretend they give you your heart and you're just like, there you go. Newspaper, hate it. Don't like that. This is trash. Or even just, I forgot what this is called, but who remembers from Cute Anime Boys class? Where you do a circle, whip.
This is Millie Rock.
Millie Rock. Woo, Millie Rock. Circle, circle, whip. Circle, circle, toss it over your shoulder. Woo, grab the apple, throw it. Grab the apple, throw it. You already look badass, see? Throw it. I'm mad. Angry. I'm really happy. That's the confidence, attitude I'm talking about. Don't just pick it up and throw it. Pick it up and throw that shit. Yeet. Okay. The perks of having a young dance teacher. She'll use the yeet word. All right, hip whip. These kind of arms, pretend you're like whipping. Whip, 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 or whatever you do with this. Simple arms. Yeah? Arm whip. Woo. And you could add your hip with it. You could add your foot with it. You could add your head with it. Just think of it like you can do different things with the whip. Yeah, one concept we discovered in the charade cipher is pretending that you have lassos in each hand, or poi balls, fireballs, whatever, and just dance like you have some of those, and they're just flowing all over. That could just give you some serious arm work. Yeah, like this person back here. Check it out. That alone could give you some cool arm work. Yeah, okay, so let's see. We already talked about the marionette ones. And, okay, waves. Wavy arms, wavy hands. Wavy hands. You could do like the wave. I'm not going to teach you the wave. It's too hard in VR. But, waves. So there's a couple million arm moves I just threw at you. I am going to put a song on and do some of those that I taught you. Just follow along. If you start seeing me do poi, have a go. Just have fun with it. Just do whatever. Okay, here we go. Let's try. I want faster song. love when the song ends right when I'm gonna do a new one. Okay, here we go. Some more. Woo! See, easy. Easy peasy. Any questions on that? I don't know if you noticed, but something as simple as this, you can combine it with tons of moves. So if you're really stuck and you don't know what to do, just keep rotating your hands in a circle, do different footwork, go different directions, take it up, take it down, go low. You know, you can do anything with just something like that. So that's how you can combine arm work with footwork, have total body hip hop dance going on. All right, finally, a couple points that I think will help you with your hip hop dancing is when you understand musicality, when you understand like I think, what is it called, a snare or a snap clap? You know, the boom clap. When you understand the booms and the claps, you should think about freezing yourself in a spot. So, for example, I'm slowly going on the boom, pause. That's your snap. You know what I'm saying? So you just freeze on a, what's the best word for this thing? Boom snap? Or what's the hip hop term? Does anyone know? Boom clap? Boom.
On the beat?
It's on the beat, but the high pitched one. The pop? Yeah, I guess it's a pop. The pop, like boom pop. Yeah? So you understand what I'm saying? Like there's the bass sound that's like, and then the click. So on the pops, try to pop yourself. Pop a freeze, yeah? So you're like, boom, pause. Boom, pause. So one thing, I forgot who taught it to me. It might have been Bebotics, but to imagine that you have 3 poses. So everyone, I want you to pick 3 poses. So for example, my first pose, 1, 2, 3. Sure, okay? So let me show you what I mean. So you're gonna move from here to here to here, but on every pop, you wanna freeze in that pose. So we've got like a freestyle. So say I'm like, boom, pop, boom, pop, boom, pop. Does that make sense? You just kind of freeze your body when you hear that. And this will happen during your freestyle. So like, say you're slowly moving, pop, slowly freeze, just to make that pop stand out. That's what I've learned, is if you freeze in that moment, it looks really cool, kind of animated. So let's try it with like a song, for example. Let's see if this one has any slaps. Let's see this one. I don't want it to be too techno-y. So for example, I'll just go through each pose and show you what I mean. So you can choose like when you want to freeze. So practice freezes. I'm gonna call them freezes. They might be pops or something else in hip hop. Yeah, and they're like dime stops. Yes, dime stops. Dime stops, if you remember from bebotics class or afflictions class, if you go from point A to point B, but you suddenly stop. Yeah? So if you have 3 lines, everyone could grab a pen, but you don't have to. If you imagine this line, middle, or 2 sides in the middle, you just go 1, 2, 3. That's a dime stop because you're going from here, stopping there. But do that with your dance moves. So you're like, room, freeze. Another word of advice when you're dancing, make sure that you dance in a way that shows a pose nicely, because you have to pretend that every second somebody's taking a picture of you. Yeah? So you don't want to be like, sure, mid dance maybe you're like kind of awkward, but you want to make sure everything's like, oh, take a picture there, take a picture there, take a picture there, get all these different poses. So pretend you're a dancing model too. Along with freezes, make sure you work with isolations. Isolations means isolation. You can move your head, but not your body. You can move your chest, but not your hips. You move your hips, but nothing else. You can move your arm. Like, I like to just keep my entire body stiff, but only have my arm moving. Make sure the audience is only looking at my hand right now. Oh, now it's looking at my head. Keep everything separate sometimes. Just because the song is fast or you were trying to show off your best moves, it doesn't mean you have to move all the time. I think a lot of hip-hoppers forget to slow down, especially at battles. They think like, I gotta pull this move and that move and this move, but sometimes if you just slow down, it'll help you. So for example, if there's like a really fast beat, if you slow it down, it almost might look like you're doing slow motion, and kind of adds some things to it. So isolate, freeze, and slow down. Those are 4 things. Isolate, freeze, slow down, and pose. Those 4 things I think will help you look better as a dancer. Yeah? Pretend someone's always taking a picture of you. So that kind of sums up my lesson. So just, I guess what I want you to take from it is keep it simple down below and do everything crazy up top for now since you're beginning. If you're more advanced and you know footwork, by all means do more footwork, but I think a lot of our expression actually comes from the upper half. Now, if we had, if this was real life, we also have our face to work with. What kind of faces are you going to be making when you're dancing? That is something I'm going to struggle with when I get out of VR. I don't know what face to make, and I don't know what to do with my hands a lot, because I'm used to holding index. So try to practice outside of VR. Is extremely important because I know for me, I only learned hip hop in VR. I haven't done it in real life yet, so I have yet to see. Don't hold your index all the time. So faces, if you're curious, you can use your emotes, like say you're like, trying to be angry. You got the angry expression as you're going in, you're like sad when it slows down. You can wink when you do a hip move. So use your expressions. All right. One last thing I forgot to cover. Walking. You can literally walk and it can be a dance move. Walk around with style. Make that battle arena yours. In addition to walking around, you can walk forward, you can walk backwards, you can slow motion walk, you can fast walk and then slow it down, you know. You have tons and tons of things to work with your own body. Not only that, I forgot one more thing, sorry, before I start ranting. Spins. You can spin yourself. Let me show you my favorite spin to do. It's from belly dance, by the way, but you can use it. It's like a slow motion spin. So if you are all on your grid and your left foot is on the line, or let's say it's on the corner of the front left side of your box, you take your right foot and cross, all right? So we're going to pivot around our foot slowly so that when you come back, your left foot or right foot's now behind your left foot. So let me show you again. Cross, turn. I didn't move my legs at all or take an extra step. I like to call this like a corkscrew turn because you can just keep doing it back and forth. See? But you can do it nice and slow. So like say you're doing like a crazy slow hip hop move. You can be like, woo, slow motion. Really tighten up your body while you're turning so it looks smooth. You don't want any bobbing up and down or losing your balance. You're just like, yeah? And of course, there's all kinds of spins. You guys go watch Ron. If you know who Ron is on Twitch. Spins all the time. Falls on the floor all the time. Not falls, but, you know, like gets down on the floor breakdancing. You can do spins, like one-legged spins. All kinds of spins. All right. Now, without further ado, how would you like to practice everything I taught you with a cipher? Yeah, let's go. Cipher time. I'm going to turn off the grids. Woo. Wait, before we cipher, I think we should get the group photo now in case people have to leave. So let's all pose by the mirror. Go to the mirror. And I will take a picture of all of you before we cipher. Good job. Nice big class, you guys. I like it. I like to see it. All right. If I got everybody. Ranger, you're just about see-through. With the blue here. I'm going to change the background color to dark. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. Here you go. I'll go over here. Alright, ready? Photo mode activated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do another pose if you want. You can dab or something.